everyone. Good morning, my fellow Democrats. Good morning. And we're all members of the committee, right? If you haven't paid your dues, check with Mr. Maurice out here. Make sure you paid your annual dues. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to our pancake breakfast. This is a great turnout. I am so happy to see all of you. I am Robin Zuniga-Ortega, the chair of the Douglas County Democratic Committee. And I really appreciate you all being here today to celebrate this fall with us at our annual pancake breakfast. Before we get started with other presentations, I just have to give a very, very big thanks to all of the people that have worked so hard to put this together. In the kitchen, Cindy Fedak and Sonia Turner have done an exemplary job of getting the food for you. I think give them a hand. And then we have a bunch of cooks out there. I don't even know who all was in there because I was going in and out, and I think Bill and Gwen and, and Frank. I want to thank all of them for making this delicious food for us, getting it out here. We also, I hope you've taken advantage of it, have the silent auction in the back. And in a second, I'm going to have the woman who is largely responsible for getting this all together, Laura Lieberman, is going to come up and just say a couple of quick words about it. Come on up. But I really want to be a big thanks to her for pulling this all together.
So what you're seeing in the back that we're bidding on was the private collection of folk art, Chinese folk art, by Ed and Sylvia Krebs. Ed and Sylvia love the pancake breakfast and were ardent Democrats. So it made a lot of sense that we would, the family gave us these to sell in support of the local Democrats. Very inexpensive, anybody can afford to get some of this. They're prints and paintings on paper, but they're limited edition prints. So I hope everyone will get something beautiful to take home to remember the Krebses and to think of funding the Democrats a little bit. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura. And some of you might not know that Laura was also instrumental in getting Ed's collection of Chinese history books adopted by Rice University for their library. So thank you. And we also have the lovely Janet and Mignon that are going to be helping with the silent auction. As we were just saying, we lost our dear Ed Krebs this last year, and there's a memorial over there for him. But we also, this week, lost another valuable member of our community. Free Palazzo passed away on Thursday. Try not to cry. We were all shocked and saddened by his passing. There will be a memorial for Free. His family is putting together. It is in Decatur next Saturday at 2. I put the information on the table, so if you want to go, you can go over and take a picture of the address. And it's at 2 p.m. next Saturday. I just want to say a couple of words about Ed and Free. They both lived a life of purpose. They were very active in the party, but they were also very active in a lot of other social action, and both of them were men of peace and men of purpose. And they will be greatly missed, but they made a mark on us and on the world. And so we should all smile when we think of them, and we should emulate their behavior, their lives. That's what I plan to do, to honor them. So thank you, everybody. And I hope you will pick up a piece of art to remember Ed and Sylvia by. Okay, I also want to draw your attention to some items that are on the tables over here. In a minute, we're going to have, not that one, that's not for sale. The DC Dems have opened a merchandise store, and please take a look at what we have on there and pick up a card and go there and support us by buying our what do you call it? Swag. That's the word I'm looking for. And we are going to continually be updating the store and putting new things up. I also have a sign-up sheet over there. If you would like to have a Douglas County mug, or what do you call them? Tumbler, coffee tumbler. We're thinking about ordering some of those, but I need to kind of get a count of how many people would buy one before we do, because that's an out-of-pocket cost initially. Also, on the table, this last couple of weeks, we have had a survey out to our municipal candidates. Municipal elections are nonpartisan, but we want involvement in all levels of government, local to national. So please take a look at those. Not all of the candidates responded, but those that did, their responses to our questions are there, and it will help you hopefully to make your decision November 7th. Early voting starts soon, October 16th this week, through November 3rd at the courthouse. And there are 2 Saturdays, October 21st and 28th. And somebody asked me something earlier, and I didn't have this on my notes, but I just want you all to be aware and to tell your fellow citizens of Douglas County, the sheriff's election is not until 2024. Okay? I know they got a jump on it, but I wish they'd waited until after November 2023, because they've confused a lot of people. So please let that out there in the community. It's not this year. Okay, so if they're looking for it on the ballot, it ain't gonna be there. Okay. Silent auction. If you need to leave early, get with one of our Vanna Whites, Laura or Janet or myself, and we can tell you what the full price is, and you can pay Maurice out front and take it with you when you leave. But we won't close the silent auction until about 11, at which time then we will distribute the highest bids. Okay. Okay, the next thing. We are going to give out 2 door prizes, the approximate value of which is about $45. And I'd like Tracy Rookard Shaw to come up and just say a few words, because one of the parts of the door prizes are the Douglas County, the Ghost of Douglas County. Thank you. I'm having a blip there. Is the book, The Ghost of Douglas County, is part of the door prizes. The other door prize is a $15 off on swag from our merchandise store. So Tracy, you want to say a couple words about the book and why we did the Douglas County graphic?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Everybody got your coffee? Well, I'm so excited to be here this morning, and thank you so much to Robin and to Ms. Ingrid and to everybody, the Democratic Party community, for being so supportive of this body of work. I'll just say, when I was grafted into this community in 2006, I immediately started hearing the stories about Frederick Douglass and if there was any relationship to the genesis of the county. And so this just became a research project for me. It was something that my sons and I could do together. And so over a period of time, we were able to do some in-depth research, and it was my honor to do it and to be able to present it to the community. I won't belabor it, but I will say that the state of Georgia just had me to come and speak at their state conference on preservation. And it was because people in this community, I being one of them, have mastered the art of using non-traditional research methods to document African history in early America. And so it was an honor for me to be able to present that. It was an honor to be able to write this book. And I will tell you, when I titled it The Ghosts of Douglas County, most people immediately think about Frederick Douglass, and it is about him. But it is more prominently about the African-American legislators who provided the votes that were necessary to create Douglas County. Had it not been for their votes, we would not have a county today known as Douglas. It is known as Douglas, but technically it's still on the books. The official legal name of the county is Douglas, spelled with 2 S's. So hopefully, I'd love for you to get a copy of the book. Please do participate in the silent auction. We do have the legislative records in there so that you can see it. It's not just something that I am saying, but the documents are in there for your review. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy today.
Thank you, Tracy. Okay, we're gonna do the door prize. So look under your chair. There should be a card under your chair if you're a winner that says winner on it. And if there's chairs that are empty, go look under those. Yay, we got one. All right. Sonia, come up here. All right, there's one more. There we go. Okay, winner. Okay, come get your prize. Congratulations to our two winners. There are more books, and you can always go to the store. Okay. All right, now I'm going to get to the really important stuff, and I mean that. Every year, the Douglas Democratic Committee gives out a very special award to a member of our community who has, over the years, given exemplary service to the community and to the party. I am going to bring up our immediate past chair, Ingrid Landis Davis, to make the presentation.
See, I can't walk as fast as I used to could. Y'all killed me 4 years in the chair. Okay, Democrats, we have a treat today. I am honored to present this award to Commissioner and former Vice Chair Kelly Glenn Robinson. Now, just to give you a little bit taste of Kelly. Now, Commissioner Robinson is our longest serving commissioner. He has been in office for 4 terms. 16 years he's been doing this. Now, what has he done? He's done a lot. First of all, he raised the bar in citizen engagement, in town hall meetings, input, inclusion. He's really brought that to the budget process. He's forged a bipartisan leadership on nature trails, mental health courts, Citizens Academy, excuse me, homeowner association education, capital transportation fund, and when he was the vice chair, he really brought a vision to the county. He brought the Democratic vision to the forefront. So he's provided financial leadership. Y'all know that he's put together all of these educational programs for financial literacy through the University of Georgia, West Georgia, excuse me. He has kept the millage rate in check. Okay, people talk about, oh, our millage rate, but he's kept the millage rate in check. He's a financial genius, in case you guys don't know that. He's fought for housing ordinance. He's fought for additional things such as things for the coroner, a crematory, which, you know, place to store bodies. Just really brought up the level of governance. And I could go on and on because this man has literally served us for 16 years. Served us. He is more than deserving of the Phil Davis Award, which is the award that the party gives out for long-term service to the party, to the Democratic Party of Douglas County. He has been a fierce servant leader, a visionary for governance, a political and business strategist extraordinaire, all the while taking arrows from the right. I mean, big arrows. Plus, a hard punch from life, losing his sight while he's in office. Never missed a beat. He's an amazing human being. His mother's here with us, Gloria Robinson, and we appreciate the work you did to bring this young man to the world. He has been a blessing to this community. Now, you can believe some of the lies that have been out there against him if you want to. But if you know Kelly, you know that Kelly is an ethical man. He's a brilliant man. And he has brought all of that brilliance to serve this community. So appreciate him, because he got something to tell you today. Let's bring up Kelly. Mickey. Hold on a minute. I'm having one of his staunch constituents, put that garbage down and come on. One of his staunch constituents in his district, hand him this award. I'm in District 4. I don't have a commissioner per se, if you will.
Can we get a picture?
Okay, so he's acted as my commissioner, and I appreciate everything. Mickey Medina is going to hand him the award.
This is an honor for me to give this to you, Kelly. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
What you've done.
Thank you very much. All right.
You got the picture? Okay.
You got the pictures?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here you go.
Microphone, or I got to stand behind this?
Yeah.
All right, we're recording this.
There you go.
I got it. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Here we go. I got more than 3 minutes. This is gonna be good. First thank you. Thank you to the Democrats. Wow. Yes, I have to acknowledge my mother, Gloria Robinson. She gets the trophy and the game ball. Absolutely. She's one that's out there on social media, be clicking back, my mom, stay off there. Stay off, Mom. Leave them alone. Leave that First Amendment alone. But I get it. But I also want to, before I get into my comments, is there are a few people I have to acknowledge, because I didn't do this by myself. There were co-laborers along with this, and if I've had to acknowledge the leadership from when I first came in, you had Martin Raxley, you had Bill Willis, you had David Good, you had Ingrid Landis Davis, and you got obviously our current Madam Chair Robin. That's important. It's leadership. Beyond that, at the state level, obviously you got Senator Donzella James, but my most ardent mentor, the one I respect most, is Kimberly Alexander, a woman after my own heart. You see, it's something about being a Democrat. But what I have to say is that, and you guys may not know this story, and again, if I had to acknowledge people, and I got to acknowledge one person, I got to tell you this story, and then I'll kick in. Do y'all even know how I got in office? I got to tell this story for the record. So this is back in 2008, right? Great Recession. This is about February, March of 2008. And I just happened to be at, what was it called? Ruby Tuesday on Douglas Boulevard.
Her husband is here.
Will you leave my story alone? I've just got a story. All right, so anyway, I'm sitting there getting my food and stuff, ready for the checkout and stuff, and walks Tracy Rooker at that time. And the point behind this story was, we had a conversation, whatever case may be. She said she was a Democratic consultant. I said, yeah, I'm an ex-banker, whatever. I'm trying to figure out what I'm about to go do. I'm working on something. We kept it moving. We exchanged cards. 1 week later, she calls. And she says, you should consider running for office. I said, you are out your mind. This is serious. I said, no way, absolutely not. That's not my nature. No way, you don't want me up there. You don't want me up there. No. So that short, all right, I hung up, I literally hung up on her. All right then. She called me back 1 week. And I pretty much confessed every sin since 4th grade. It's like, yes, I did this, I did that. And she laughed at me. And she said, trust me, you got this. You got 1 week now, fully, officially. All right, so here we go. That was on a Sunday. I called my mom. Mom, I think about to run for office. She said, absolutely. That was Sunday. On Monday, called my dad, who I never spoke to as an adult. I'm 42 at this time. I'm also one of the youngest commissioners at the time of being minted. 42, called my dad, who I really didn't speak to. You know, it's all right, it's all good, lived in Cleveland. He cried on the phone and said, yes, son, do it. That's the first time I ever asked him a question. Like, Dad, should I run? Yes. Third phone call, Tuesday. It's my ex-wife for 3 months, the mother of my 2 children, the greatest co-parent in the world. You about to run for office? I said, absolutely. I said, and you bet? And I say, a doggone thing. Cookie before cookie. All right. That following Wednesday, I called my best friend, who happens to be Demetrius Douglas. At that time, we went to high school together back in the day. He said, run. So here we are. I'm coming around. I'm almost finished. So here we are. I'm going through the process. It is Friday morning. I am in LA Fitness on Chapel Hill. Now I'm working out. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. And I said, oh, man, there's Bishop Brown walking by and the First Lady. So immediately I run up to him like, okay. She's like, okay, it's too early in the morning for this. And she kept on to the car. But I said, Bishop, they want me to run for office. I'm not that guy. I'm on part of his business enterprises, a lot of things in the ministry. And I share this with you. And I said, Bishop, I'm in the church, I'm a servant, but me up there in politics, I looked at that like, that ain't me. And he looked at me and he said, we need more people like you in office. We need that. God will use you in office. And in his Forrest Gump voice, because he's tall, he put his hands on me. And he said, run, Kelly, run. and at that moment I went, yes, sir. And here I am because immediately I qualified. Now, who would have thunk? Now I can get into this. Like, who would have thunk? That was not my purpose. That was not there was no way this would be part of my life. But yet, same point, I wouldn't have changed it for nothing. What a run. You got to think about when I came in 08. I'll give you some context. Back in the day, right, 08, so we had the Great Recession and the Great Flood, the 500-year flood here, those who were here. 21 inches in 3 days, all right? So you got to think about who's in office then. So you had what? Phil Miller, Tom Worthen, Bo McLean was coming in early. He came in with me. You had Todd Cowan. You had Rhonda Payne, tax commissioner. Right. So you had 2 minorities, only 1 Democrat. And I share this to give you context. I came in as a rookie. Nobody taught me anything. Nobody passed on anything. Nothing. But what it means to be about different, it's really about the fundamentals, about what are your values. And I had to learn how to get facts in this place. Oh, I got the narrative. Think about it, it was just one way when I came in. It's like a dictatorship. It's just one way. But I don't want to do it that way. And you have to be a Democrat, you have to understand what it means to be know your own identity. Don't let the other guy define you. I cannot overemphasize that. So if I really had to say what it means to be a Democrat, it's really about inclusion. It means acknowledging other people for who they are, accepting them who I am. Look, I can't do it y'all ways. Do y'all know you smell ghosts? Y'all all like ghosting me right now. Well done, Tracy. Use that. Take that spin. Look, I can't see y'all. It's like a ghost. That's what glaucoma does to you. But Inclusion is such that you accept me for who I am and I accept you for who you are. And with inclusion, you have to make room for it. You have to make room for differences. It was nothing for me to get stuff done in the minority. Think about it, guys, most of what I'm reaping right now, in my first 2 terms, I'm in the minority, second 2, majority. I've lived both sides. And what I've learned is that you have to, the middle always wins. You have to work, if you're so extreme, guys, I just can't accept that. I mean, we all got a voice, but I cannot accept extremism. Because again, it doesn't give room for anybody else. That's important. So, she talked about governance. I mean, think about it back then. I mean, you talk about compliance and policy. They didn't apply none. There was no application of policy, which is something that as a Democrat, play the rules. Learn this. It was a double higher standard here, guys. It absolutely was. And y'all think I'm more dangerous in office than out of office. You know I'm about to retire here soon. This is it. Oh, I'm coming. Because I'm somewhat restricted right now. It's like, okay, really? But what I learned was like, okay, guys, yeah, put the fence up. Put your hands up. Just don't let anybody hit you. You don't have to accept that. There's a thin line between the First and Second Amendment. Like, no, back up now. Back up. Oh, I'm just putting information out here. Yeah, whatever. Not only that. Don't be hypocritical. Don't be double-faced. Don't do that. See, what it means to be a Democrat is being true. And think about it, guys, the work that got done. We've done some great work. You mentioned a couple things I'm very proud of is, the living wage. Historically in Douglas, they treated the employees like, I'm looking for the right word, unappreciated workers. I'm gonna put it that way. Because I'm looking at these guys, y'all ain't paying them nothing. Now, I don't know what this conservation is, but I can't accept that. Wait, wow, you treat your own like that? Is that what it means to be conservative? That seems to be sort of selfish because I'm watching where the money going. I'm watching where, all right, I see the electeds, I see the contractors, I see the guys making money over there in the guardianships and the funeral homes. Oh, I see all of it. Supply chain. And y'all are mad because this thing got broken up. Oh, Lord. My insight is like, say something. I got to hear this. Because I'll call it out. Like, But that's what it means to be a Democrat, that others can partake of it. Right, it's selfless. To do what I did, guys, this has been sacrificial. That's what I mean, Democrat, like we give to others. We take care of others. It's not about conserving for me. If I don't want it, you don't get it. And if I don't like it, nobody gets it. No, it's inclusive, man. When that tax dollars come down, guys, we appropriate, we make sure that it's properly spread. So again, I pushed on a living wage. Come on. Countywide living wage ordinance. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that we took care of our employees. Like, okay, look, yeah, I took care of the sheriff and Bill Miller back in 7.5% back then, back in 12-13. We took care of employees 2 years ago. Yes, public safety is important. Yes, it is. We all want to be safe, right? But at the same point, there's other parts to it. There is economic development. There is quality of life, and so what it means to be a Democrat is so important, that you believe in who you are. I need y'all to be strong. I need y'all to fight. I need y'all to fight. As I come through this, I'm like, yes, I'm down a couple of players. It's all right. And I did not leave her out intentionally, but of course I could not do this without Madam Vice Chair, Trinity Cartman. Now, she's the best of us. And mine is like, no, think about it. The supermajority, she comes in like, okay, yeah, I gave up my vice chairman for her for a time such as now. I got 2 years to be there for her. Look, I'm not always going to be here. All right, so I poured into her. Now I'm even more grateful to be here. Now we're down to 2. but still got to get stuff done. And I need y'all to get behind her, fully behind her, because that's going to be important because it's a new generation. We're going to carry her forward. The last of the old school is over. I'll walk it out with me, guys. I'll take them on out. I got this. I got this. But I need y'all to carry forward, right? It's a new. I mean, I get it. I watched FDR last night. I was up at like 3 o'clock last night. That's who I am. And I'm watching this thing on C-SPAN, and it was a great documentary. And it was just talk about that time in history, about jobs, opportunities, services and income. I mean, dealing with poverty. I watched this. But there's generations, there's eras. And those who are in office, the boomers, they'll say, okay, eventually, guys, they're going to be gone. I'm Generation X. I'm trying to prepare these millennials. Look, y'all got to get ready. I mean, them boomers, they're not going to leave until they die in office. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm Generation X. So I got a much smaller population of people. But it's important that you young ones, y'all got to step up. But you've got to get some wisdom behind you. You got smartest generation of all time. You got all that technology, all that. But look, y'all making this hard. Y'all got to figure out how to navigate this thing. There's a wise way to approach this. You got to learn the game. Don't hate the player. Play the game. Learn what democracy is about. Learn the rules of engagement. Y'all got to know how to navigate this. You can come in and just have a conversation and just blah, 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 blah. You put something on the table. You got to put something on the table. You got to advocate. It ain't nothing about no red carpets and pictures. Do you know what it means to be a Democrat? Do you know what it means to put in the work? I mean, I'm talking to Democrats, so I'll speak to you guys. No, guys, right, it's the embodiment. I'm proud to be a Democrat. What? Fight. Oh, I'm not the peacemaker of the group. I'm the warrior. I get it. That's it. That's my nature. There's not one battle. There's not one decision that I have not been in a room in a chair with legs that did not fight. My constituents and districts love me so much because we don't even care if you win or lose a vote. We just like the fact you fight. But I stand up because you got to advance, guys. I mean, sometimes you look at, okay, y'all are mute and y'all are, where's your voice? You ain't got to take that. But it's knowing yourself, because I know sometimes, like, I don't know if I want to jump out there and say something because they may clap back. Well, hit them. Hit them. I mean, come on, now we're grown folks, right? We're grown. I'm going to put it out there. I looked at my 2008 swearing-in ceremony. Oh, it's probably my best speech. Oh, my God, that's when I was brand new, rookie. Like, look at you. I got inspired by myself. Like, look at this young man. It's like, but again, 4 terms later, and I'm not quite 16, but around 15 years, y'all get it. But I say that to say, yeah, look at how we've evolved. The county is in a good place. Trust me. We're financially solid. We got plans. We got zoning. You guys all contributed. Look, we did all that. The discipline has already been done. Now we need leadership. Now we need leadership. That's it. I mean, you got the blueprint, you got money. Now you need somebody who's going to steer this thing. Who really going to drive? Because my issue is like, okay, who's at the wheel? Who's really running this? I have a problem right now. I'm like, oh, that's our biggest weakness. Ooh, where's my leadership? I'm gone. I can't fight this no more. Not in a bad way. It's just that my assignment's over. So I'm back to where's the next generation? Democrats, come on, step up. Because when I see sometimes y'all sit back and watch, well, they got it. But we're not preparing for secession. We're not disciplined. And it's not a bad thing. It's our time. Again, I'm ready to step down at any time. I can step down tomorrow and be like, okay, y'all got this. But you get it, it's like, okay, come on, guys. See, it's not about, for me, it's not about the title. Look, I don't need the title of vice chairman. I don't need any of that to be influential. It's not even about the title, guys. It's like, get something done. I mean, some people can't move because they got badges and whatever. Okay, whatever. I mean, I get it, but get something done. I mean, I got some receipts this long, like, right, she couldn't even read them. I mean, real work that you can, I won't say it, but you can go look at them yourself. Pull my receipts and look at them, since we like to pull receipts. Let's look at my work that I really got done. Let's put up some real points. If we want to talk about legislators, I mean those who are listening, you really want to talk about what work. Guys, I put in work. I mean, I sacrificed because the Democrats, it meant something to me. I mean, I had what they call opportunity cost for those who can count. There's so many things I could have done that I just like, okay, I was just sold out. It was a consummate. I stay up all night. I can't let go. I'm always on. I'm 23/7. And, you know, I got to get 1 hour sleep.
And so do we.
Yes, yes. But she brings up, but again, who's awake watching everything that watchman that is aligning everybody? I'm not just about me. I'm looking across to everybody, from the sheriff to the tax commissioner. I'm having to watch all this stuff and have an opinion about it. Like, okay, well, here's my faults. But I say that to say, no, I love being a Democrat because, again, I love working across the aisle. If I didn't work across that aisle, I wouldn't even have the bus system I have to make sure there was mobility from people from one side of town to the other. I had to go work with my fellow District 3 commissioner. I said, look, man, I need to get this out of committee. You go home when we get out of here, man. Now, he actually supported the bus system, but I know he was getting a lot of heat and he was okay. Let's get this out of the committee. We had to rechange that map. You know, sometimes, guys, my last thing, we got to get along internally. I think, I'm gonna leave it alone, but it was harder with 4 of us than the minority. And it should not have been. It should not have been. I mean, it was difficult. Y'all are killing me. You don't know life in minority. Oh, y'all, see, you get it? Uh-huh. So you got to appreciate it. So when you get this back, y'all better do right. You better appreciate it and wield it right. You got to know how to willpower. Right? You got to harness. You've got to harvest. All right, so now I'm at my closing. It's something about, again, what it means to be a Democrat, to see others, to have that big umbrella. You know, I'm a big Pelosi fan, and, you know, I'm sure, but it's a big umbrella. It is what it is. It's how to work with other people, and not just in such a, I don't like exclusionary. I like inclusionary. It's like, oh, no, we can coexist. I believe in coexistence. But it's not about canceling and just me. No, that's a fake narrative. And I just like, okay, come on, y'all can't do better than that. I mean, it's one of those where, think about it. Uh-oh, I lost my microphone. Oh, got it. It's one of those where, come on, guys. I mean, even our narratives are so sharp right now, and it's like I try not to. Now, I thank God that we've got a new District 4 commission. I mean, I'm gonna call it like I call it. At least it's not what we came through. I despise that run. Like the narrative was just so sharp. Yeah. It's like, really? Where's the intelligence on this? Why are we even here? And it was like mischievous, like it didn't care. It was just, no, you can't, like, why we gotta go through all that? No, I gotta tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm gonna do this for the record. I didn't like, okay. We gotta work together, guys. It's okay to have differences, but that requires maturity. That requires, I actually see your point, okay. But sometimes we get so caught up and we're so happy that we got a position that we can't hear anything else. We can't see anything else. But think about it, you gotta give room, know who you are. But you guys will work this out. It'll be okay. So what I talked about, the fundamentals, make sure you know your values, get your facts. We talked about make sure you get your information and be inclusive. We talked about the governance. We talked about harness. I think the last thing is just being together. Being together. You guys have got to be together, but you also got to think. Now, this is my last point. As a Democrat, we have to be critical thinkers. Yes. You've got to be critical because, again, in the absence of that, we're what? We just move. But thinking is strategic. Thinking is like, okay, let me be critical. Let's think about the whole. Let's figure out trade-offs. Let's be inclusive. But, I mean, to the candidates that are out there, man, you guys will be all right. I mean, all I say is compete. All the cheating that goes on in elections and stuff, the stuff y'all be doing, the movie this way, move over here, like, okay, guys, that's cowardly to me. I got a call, like I said, like, why don't you just compete? Just fight. I mean, I ain't slipping notes in front of people and stuff, but stand up. I mean, you know, come on. You really want to do this. You really want to be grown. I mean, again, a lot of people want the power. They want but they don't want to compete for it. That's what y'all want to see. Like, just compete. A fair fight. Pound for pound. Come on. Get in this ring. I've always had competition. I've never had to pass. Bring it. And that's what Democrats means. No, we stand up. Bring it. Know who you are. Advance for the greater good. So that being said, I mean, again, I just want to give some comments. I was asked to give comments about what it meant to be a Democrat. For me, it was sacrificial. It was, almost in tears. Think about it. I had a window of time, guys. I'm losing my sight. So I got to go for different reasons. Like, okay, I'm about out of here. Yeah, I can go on, but that's not the point. I fulfilled my race. I completed my assignment. I've gave you guys a foundation. Like, all right, now this is legitimate. You got a path forward. You're not broke. Like, okay, well, move forward then. You've got all the elements that you need. You just got to now seize it. We need maturity. We've got to work together. You got to defend each other. Don't just leave people out there. Step up. Like I stepped up for you. To get this award, my dad, I'll leave this my quote. I called my dad. I'm going to say anything else. My dad, again, the last email I got, he got to see that I won my primary. So I had a general election with no competition in primary. I had a primary in 2012 with no competition in the general. I had nothing in the primary in 2016 but a general. And then in 2020, I had a primary. So back in 2012, and that's when I first got declared visually impaired. So it's gone down in a decade, guys. I've gone blind in a decade. Can you imagine that? So my dad, I got this email, and my dad had cancer, and so he passed in 2012 before I got sworn in. But nonetheless, he knew I won the primary. And I'm looking at his last email that he ever sent me. Not just, you know how you do some random stuff like that, y'all? And I typed in my email, my inbox, whatever, and I found the email from him. And it was April of 2012. And it said, son, I know what you said, that you only wanted to run one term. But remember that guy you beat, Charlie Kemp, who worked for 30 years? He said, there is something to longevity. Love you, Dad. And I remember that to this day, that it is the longevity. I mean, I can see the history. I was like, I get it, Dad. That's all I got from him. Like, that's it. But I get it. Because longevity allows me to see things over time. Like, oh, yeah, now I see it, Dad. I get it. Oh, Lord, yes. There's something about history. Knowing your history. Knowing the real facts. Not partial facts. Not intentional facts. But it's something is about longevity, wisdom over time, where like, okay, I get it. I get it. So it is an honor to have served you guys. I love the Democrats. I wouldn't change this for nothing in the world. Yes, I got battle scars. Yes, I'm gonna have to detox. Anybody know any mental health? Look, I need a mental therapist and stuff. Y'all know somebody. Y'all always picture me for a contract. Why don't y'all help me out? I'm the one that need the help. But no, thank you all. It has been a gracious honor to have served you. Madam Chair, I've got to yield the floor. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. And we love you. You guys can see it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And we're as honored to give you this as you are to take it. And we are in a fight, right? We have to keep fighting. keep going. I've had 2 goals in my chairmanship, and that was outreach. We are a big umbrella community, and I forgot to say earlier, we've been doing, thanks to Rodney Butler, outreach to various communities. We've had the Black Men's Roundtable. Last month we had a Latinx Roundtable. And this week, on Tuesday night, we're having an LGBTQ Roundtable at Tito's Lounge. Please come out and support your local business and listen to your fellow citizens talk about the issues that are important to the LGBTQ community. So please do that. I also want to acknowledge our saxophonist. I don't know if he's still here. I think he left. But his name is Michael Turner, and I want a round of applause for him. It was very nice.